When is the end not the end? When a movie finale is unveiled that has never before been seen by the public. Our CBS This Morning entertainment reporter Steve Kometko explains the case of Fatal Attraction.
This scene, the final scene from Fatal Attraction, had movie audiences squirming and screaming back in 1987. Studio executives screamed too, as the film took in more than $340 million at the box office. A spectacular gross thanks to a spectacularly gross finale. As infamous as it is now, that ending was not Fatal Attraction's original ending. It was shot a number of months after the actors thought they'd finished work on the film. But then telephones started ringing all over the world.
Actually, I remember I was in Paris when I got the phone call. Having a wonderful evening with a little champagne, and the phone rang. Somehow they tracked me down and said they wanted to reshoot the ending. And of course, I didn't say anything at that moment, but I was pretty shocked.
We finished it in December, and I was called in August of the next year that we were going to do a reshoot. And I didn't believe it at first.
What Ann Archer and Glenn Close couldn't believe was that the film's original ending was ending up on the cutting room floor, not to be seen by American audiences until now, 5 years later, on home video. Those scenes include Michael Douglas being arrested for murdering Glenn Close.
I didn't do it.
In that case, all we have to do is check your fingerprints against the murder weapon.
And Ann Archer finding the clue, a cassette tape that would clear her husband.
I can't live without you. I'll just cut deeper next time. I'll kill myself, I will.
The original ending, I thought, was kind of flat. I thought it was flat. The writer thought it was sort of flat, and so did the producer.
I thought the picture was wonderful, but there was a problem with the ending. It didn't build up. No one quite anticipated how much you would hate this woman when she went after the family. So in the original ending, which is coming out, when she takes her own life, you were left unfulfilled.
Director Line and actor Douglas came to the conclusion that the conclusion needed to be changed after the film was screened for sneak preview audiences. Archer and Close, however, protective of their characters, were not so easily convinced.
I fought against it for 2 weeks. She wasn't a psychopath. She was self-destructive. And I felt when I read the original script that she was a truly tragic figure. But as soon as you put a knife in her hand, all that tragedy went out the window.
It did affect her role. I mean, she's right, her character. But we've talked about this before, that you have to, sometimes your character has to work for what's best for the film, not necessarily what's best for your own character.
My first misgiving was totally selfish, and it was just simply because the most spectacular section of my work was in that ending. And it meant that we were going to lose that, so I was really heartbroken.
Archer and Close eventually came around, and both were later rewarded with Academy Award nominations, as was director Adrian Lyne, who confesses that while the film was in release, he would often go to theaters, not to watch the movie, but the audience. Once, he even brought a tape recorder along.
It's nice to know your movie's working. It's the best feeling on earth.
I still get reactions from people. Not that they're afraid of me personally, but they come up and say that character scared that out of me. Still.
Fatal Attraction, with both endings, will be available at your neighborhood video store tomorrow. In Hollywood, I'm Steve Kometko, CBS This Morning.
5 until the hour. We'll be right back.